Hello and welcome to What's in this week's Oban Times with me, Fiona Scott.
And me, Ellis Butcher.
And sitting quietly in the background is our resident IT expert, Stevie Day. Good morning, Stevie.
Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning. Now be quiet.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been another busy week in the paper, Ellis. Non-stop.
Non-stop. We've been like a steam train through the news.
That's it. And we're still missing Kathy, of course, who's on holiday, but you'll be glad to know she's back next week.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Hurrah. Yeah, but I'll be off. Please don't say hooray to that. Boo. So yes, I've made up for it this week. We've been very busy. There's been, you probably saw on social media, but there's been quite a lot of chaos basically over the COVID testing that we have here. There's been a problem, children going back to school, picking up just run-of-the-mill colds, bags and whatever. But because their symptoms are COVID-like, quite understandably, their mums and dads have been trying to book them tests, and it's just proven impossible because there's such a lot of people trying to do it. So the mobile testing units that are run by the UK government, they're only here 2 days a week. So if you don't catch them when you're here, you just have to take wherever they are. And one mother who's a key worker at the weekend got pointed to a poor tree. So I know. So she's going to tell us all about that in this week's paper. Ellis, what have you been up to?
I've been looking at something really quite interesting this week. People will know that there's a little island off the west coast of Mull called Ulva. And in 2018, it was previously privately owned, was Ulva. And there was a community buyout in 2018 with the idea of what could we do to kind of get Ulva back on its feet in terms of repopulation and kind of, giving it a new future for the years ahead. So what's happened is that a master plan has gone before a council committee recently and has been given the thumbs up. And the significance of this master plan is that it effectively allows some of the plans and the projects and the aims and the ambitions of those involved in Ulva to start to see fruition. So it's likely going to lead to some refurbishment of some existing properties there, but also the chance of some new build properties as well as part of this plan to repopulate. And Ulva's got quite an interesting history. It used to have, believe it or not, a population of around, in excess of 600 people, but it was badly affected by the Highland clearances. So I've done a bit of a piece about that this week, and it's a fascinating place.
That'll be great. I mean, the last time I done a story on Ulva, I think there were only 4 residents there. 4?
That's right. I think they're up to 6, and 2 of those are of a primary school age. So the plan is, let's get a few more people and let's take Ulva forward into the next few decades.
Yeah, not too many though. It's only a little island.
Not too many, precisely.
It's only a little island.
Yes.
So, that's. I look forward to reading that, Alice. I've been also down at Crerrin last weekend. Alutech Marine Limited have built a boat, and it got slightly delayed through COVID, but they managed to get it launched last weekend. So that's really nice. So you can read all about it, what they named it, who launched it, and where it's going.
What was the launch like? Did it go without a hiccup?
No. No, it didn't. It took three attempts to smash the champagne bottle, but
did it?
they got there eventually. It's really quite interesting because they do it on it's like a metal holder that swings down. You let go of the rope and the bottle swings down. And it seemed the measurements just weren't quite right, and the champagne bottle was actually missing the boat.
Wow.
But it was all good fun, and there was a lot of people turned out for that, so that was lovely.
Excellent. Well, another one of the interesting stories that I've been doing this week is again, it's about Argyll and Bute Council, and I've done a quite a big interview with Pippa Milne, who people may or may not know. Pippa's the chief executive. She's been at Argyll and Bute for a couple of years now, but this year she stepped up to become chief executive. And believe it or not, what happens? Coronavirus happens. And she essentially, Argyll and Bute, this is a very, very significant organisation for this area, employs nearly 5,000 people. It provides service to over 41,500 households, and it's one of the most sparsely populated areas of Scotland. So when something like a pandemic comes along, what do you do? And this is kind of a look at how Pippa's year has gone, stepping up to the top role and being in charge during a pandemic. And it's been really quite revealing some of the issues that they've had to deal with. So that's another thing that you can look out for in this week's Oban Times.
Well, sounds a bit of a baptism of fire, that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't matter how much you prepare. I don't think anyone could have prepared for what we've seen this year.
Not at all. But we've all had to adapt, and everybody seems to be just doing it. So that's good.
Indeed, we crack on.
So we've also this week got a few more sports stories. Sports picking up again. So we've got Bob McIntyre back in action.
Bob is back.
Bob is back. The young rugby players have been back out to training, and of course golf's on the go. Golf was one of the first to come back, but all the local clubs are enjoying a few rounds, so that's all good.
Yeah, it's nice that things are starting to return in the way that they are, isn't it?
In the leisure sections, bursting every week.
Indeed.
There's plenty to go and do and see still here in Oban. Here at the Oban Times, we're always happy to hear from you, so stay in touch, tell us your stories and share your photos. You can contact us by calling 01631 568 000 or by emailing editor@obantimes.co.uk. You can also message us on Facebook, and at the moment you can read all our stories for free online or pick up a copy of the OT from supermarkets, newsagents and petrol stations. To get the page-turning digital edition of the Oban Times, subscribe now and get 3 months for the discounted price of just £4.80. So for this week, it's goodbye from me, Fiona Scott.
And goodbye from me, Ellis Butcher.
Bye now.
Bye.